We are back post-challenge mode, officially recording a small thing, but if it's too small, we might not upload to YouTube. We'll see how it goes. Trying to figure out where the Galwind is to try to roll it. Oh no. I guess I could challenge myself to try to beat my record on stream for how fast I could do this reset while we wait for people. Otherwise, we'll, just continue next time with some levels. Just the Rifoe. Already can't get best time. So finicky, I swear, chat. Okay. As long as I'm holding forward between casts, I'm not really losing that much time, if any. So I gotta hold forward anyway. Or the defense material, I don't need those. Yeah, I'm like 1 second slower in here. Unfortunate. I'll do 1. Create the fireball, 2. On Gazand. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, it was a little slow. Dramatic value time. It really is dramatic value. Yakuza, like a dragon, infinite wealth, music popping off, I guess. Yeah, missing that Rifoe does waste like a whole second. It's kind of wild. Like, oh no, I gotta cast twice. Brutal. 1, 2. Rifoe, pause. Is this for timing purposes? 1, 2. Got to Rifoe there. That was a mistake. Should just reset. Hate when I forget to Rifoe there. Because the thing is, like, if you press it too early, it's not going to do it. So, like, I technically hit it, but I forgot to wait for it. It's going to reset. It's fine. Do more rappies. Try that again. I'm actually pretty close to hitting 195. So this will be interesting. I already got a sub 1 minute on stream, so that's good. The goal is to get to 56 seconds total. So if I'm a little cleaner with my movement, even without using menu casting, I should be able to hit it on stream, hopefully. Hopefully no Del Rappy like last time, like when I was trying to time things and didn't get it. There we go. There's the Rifoe. 1, 2, Rifoe. 1, 2. Hate my Rifoe, but that's fine. Not worth a reset on that one. I think I could get away with this movement. The problem is, like, if you go too far past the other satellite lizard, it just doesn't hit the other ones. So I did get to here a little faster, even though I'm slightly mistimed something. Ooh, one Buddha didn't get hit there. That's unfortunate. Well, that would have been faster if I didn't have to do that. Yeah, the problem is, like, even with Rifoe maxed out, it can still whiff the back target. Which is also why, unironically, I think it might be better to use a Gazan merge in this run over Rifoe, in case I do have to do that, because I think 3-chain Gazan still kill that Buddha with the Gazan merge, which would save me time if it misses. We're talking about before some of the damage values on Gazan are so tight, and the reason that we end up doing the Rifoe in the first place is because 2 Gazans is not good enough to kill. There we go. Like, I could technically hit the satellite lizard that's closest to me there, but I'll miss the one that's furthest back. I just find it's just always better to go in the middle here. That way there's no inconsistency. Here's an example where I'm not sure if this will hit the group. It did. That felt faster. But But I have to make sure to walk in a little more. 1, 2... Oh, getting meleeed there. If I didn't get hit there, that would have been a time save. It's unfortunate. Yeah, you can see that. That actually was faster. If I didn't get hit there, that would have been the 56, actually. I would have matched my other record. That was still 57 seconds. That's pretty good. We'll eventually move it off the dramatic value. But I mean, like, it's kind of hard on like this kind of speed of clears to not just, like, power level / out value out of your mind. Unfortunately, you know, we're kind of going through a dry spell of episode 4, which does happen every now and then, but I can almost guarantee you that if you play this on drop rate week, there's almost never a dry period. Like every run you get something. But playing without boosts and still getting this kind of value is crazy. Yeah. I don't care about Star Animizer, sadly. 1, 2. Yeah, I don't need the Kafoi merge anymore since my MST is high enough. Let's get greedy here. Does that work? Kind of. I'm gonna try to push my limit to see how far over I can move the satellite lizards. Ooh, that was actually perfect. He reset me. Oh, I think it's gonna be fastest run. Oh, 55 seconds. Hey, look at that, chat. We beat a record. Round of applause, chat. That was 55 seconds. I'll reward myself by just continuing further. Oh, I'm happy. New record. It's obviously still a lot of room for optimization. I'm not even menu casting. But it just goes to show, like, if you're able to kill 68 enemies in a hypothetical 55 seconds, like, how much faster are you killing in comparison to Ultimate? Like, I would say in, like, 4-man squads, maybe you would compete with the speed of these kills? Maybe? Assuming people are kitted out of their minds? But it's just wild. Bonk. Ooh, Uriel. What if optimal units and weapon unarmed? Yeah, I mean, like, think about it this way, chat. I'm unsealing. Like, I could be doing Psycho 1, Magical Piece, unarmed. I think I am using V801 at least. Yeah, I'm at least using V801 now. Now that I'm not unsealing other units. But, like, while holding a lame, I could still get 55 seconds. Like, what happened if you just Baran cast? Although, funny enough, I don't know if that would save that much time. As weird as that is to say, mostly because a lot of the time you're actually waiting for them to become targetable. So it's like, it's kind of like where I don't feel V801 makes a big difference, except to not get interrupted by fireballs. But funny enough, on that time, that saved me time, I got hit by the fireball on purpose. So V801 would not have made a difference there either way. Like, it helps more for stun lock, I guess. But on very hard mode, I don't think it matters. I'm half wondering if it's actually better to wear a God Technique. Just to avoid that issue where you're off by, like, legitimately, like, 12 to 2 damage, depending on your MST. I was gonna say, the unironic God Technique, just to get more damage. It's never good to Refoe that wave. It's always good to walk it in. That way you get a clean kill there. I didn't do the other wave properly, but it's fine. I'm just talking about chat. This one, this is an example. Just Robardo. I see a lot of people use fire here. Just Robardo. Faster. I do a Cactus Kapoe run. The funny part is I have walked into the cactus on purpose for time save. I haven't done it recently, though. You'll see me sometimes do that in, what is it, War of Limits? 2, I think? Where I will purposely just find a cactus and walk into it. Lost Berserk Baton, I think, is the other place where I sometimes do that. Where I'm like, go ahead. Like, I let it hit me, then I cast a slow spell, then I let it hit me again. The Razan while I'm waiting, double Rabarda, and then when the Astarks die, the Buddha lives, but I can cast a Gafoi. So that's what I was talking about before. That's how you save time, because now my Gafoi hit more than one wave. Sort of like this, I could do this, and I could just kind of finish them up with Rabarda. Another Gafoi stack there. Now that feels good. You have a Gafoi hit 2 different waves with a single cast. Oh, look at that. It's not going to be as fast as our team up is, so like you could see like individually the solo run up to Astark is definitely faster than anything we've done. Technically we could try to save time with a really optimized team to beat that 55 seconds. Most of the time we're kind of like around the minute 2 second, which is not honestly that far off, and sometimes it's just easier. Yeah, I'm happy we got the got a little record on stream. Personal record, not like world record. I'm sure world record's probably something stupid if somebody did. It's probably like 48 or something. But I'm happy that at least we get a little bit of an improvement every time we play. But anyway, let's at least level up. This one's for chat. Let's see if we get anything fun on the level up run. But I'm happy. We've gotten nothing but value. Almost done with challenge mode. It's one of those things where if we do a lot of shorter runs, the runs themselves are less likely to give us value. But the difference is that you clear more overall enemies. I guess it's really just down to your perception, which you prefer. Or showcasing an alternate method where you stack Gafoi. Doesn't really matter. Like, if you do the Gafoi strats like this, I like to do the Gafoi strat like what I'm doing now, if I'm watching a show, right? Because I don't want to time the Gafoi. I'm just kind of like, I'm going to be mashing that Gafoi while I'm watching a show and having a good time. My eyes are watching the other thing. I'm just autopiloting the rest. Do you know what I mean? So it's good to have, like, multiple ways to clear it. So, like, the autopilot run is always going to be, like, 15 to 20 seconds slower, but it is also really autopilot-y. So technically you could hyper-optimize it for Gafoi, but I find, like, it doesn't actually help you that much. Like, it's still faster to Gafoi this over Gafoi. It just takes way too long for the Gafoi to realistically hit anything. I'm gonna try that now. Can only cast when touching cactus. It's actually pretty good for grants. If you're wondering where I used it before, it's because like you can walk into it, cast, have it interrupt your grants timing, do a quick spell, have it interrupt again, and then cast grants and just kind of alternate. It's kind of fun. So yeah, like a solo play might be more like that if you try to use Gafoi. You will see like a 15+ second time difference on your clear. So that's why I do think Gafoi is important. I don't think it's like as important as other things. Also, by the way, I forgot to point out before it happened, if you saw those Astarks live with 18 health, that's why I try to cast Gafoi once at the start of those Astarks, because it does somewhere between 20 and 40 damage depending on your beasts, and that's good enough that you don't have to level up Rabarda. But technically you could buff Rabarda, I guess, maybe with God Technique, or just get more MST. So I guess it just depends on where you're at and what would be more useful. But I messed up last time. I meant to do something like this when I was talking about earlier setups to kill the lizards. Yeah, see that? It's perfect because it hits them, and yeah, that's what I wanted. See, that's the kind of clear you want because it hit 2 different enemies, and therefore the Gafoi is worth your time. It's finding those little, like, small improvements that I enjoy as I play. It's not as fun to be, like, told it's more fun to do it on your own. But do you see what I mean, chat? Like, so when I was referring to it before, where there's like that little moment where you could kill the zoos, for some reason you could still Gafoi the zoo while it's dying, so it doesn't really bother you that much. I'm gonna put out 1 Gafoi here. Deal with, actually I'll put out 2. Fine. Give me some overall time. I have to be careful because if I do that second Gafoi, it will hit the Rappies in case I don't want to spook them. But something like that is more optimized, I would say, than what we were trying before. I haven't like fully felt out the best route to do this area, other than, you know, this is the way I happen to be running it today. Will it be the same as tomorrow? Probably not. I just know that this enemy is the best one to Rifoe. There's no reason to bother hitting other targets, because it's just not going to work. Oh, why did you go so far forward? That's awkward. I don't know why that happened. That's fine, though. Maybe I ran too deep. Oh, Photon Crystal. Nice. Rewarded for stupid gameplay. Love it. Did it wrong, still get the item. Take that. Take that, perfectionists. Anyway, use a couple Gavoes while we wait. Doesn't really matter which one doesn't die, as long as you can just stack up on the Dorfon here, it's not that bad. Grab these, walk over there, trigger those. Yeah. I'm happy that he has more MST, because it might matter some of his damage thresholds in multiplayer. I know I'm not that far off with other ones. Oops. Took one step too far. Hit me real quick, thank you. Kindly perish. One, two, three. Bowie. It. One, two. Spam Rabarda. Fortunately, I had users on there because the Rappies were moving. He's not done with PCs for now, unless I roll S-Reds and a third or fourth Varan's launcher. Oh no. Well, glad those are done for now, HellCleave. Did you want to do anything tonight, HellCleave? I'm just messing around. I did what I wanted to do, which was beat my own record of where I was in terms of progress for clearing that quest. My reward is just messing around for a half hour. So I can officially say it took me 55 seconds, because the timer said 55, that's all I care about. Reminder, that timer ticks quick. I think every minute it ticks up 1 beat, or 1 extra second. We didn't get to see it that time, the run was too fast. Poor game. Yeah, I really like Gafoe in this room. I just wanted to do that there to comment on the fact that it doesn't hit the Rappies evenly, but weirdly with Hunural is like the perfect level for that room, because you could stand in the area that I was standing in, and it will not spook the furthest Rappies, where if you do that with Fonuman, they all just flee. It's kind of annoying. Oh god, there's Rappy Beaks off me? Sure. Alleviate him of his bank space burden. Gonna go ahead and just spook these and leave. One more. Oh yeah, I guess. Ta-da! Which songs? Tiggy Trade Res? Good enough. Put some of the stuff away. Sadly didn't see Promethean today, but I'll catch up with him later. Away as much as possible to help with the transfer process. Some basic items that aren't the Rappy Beak, hopefully. There we go. HellCleave has arrived. Well, HellCleave, I got some good news for you. I'm gonna say have fun over here. Looks like HellCleave's did a little happy dance collecting them all. There we go. Suddenly I can finally put items away again. That should help with making some Rappy Mags for later. Especially with the new Divine Filter requirements. I think I have more, but it's probably fine for now. This character had a bulk of them. I'm sure there's more in the Hunural. Uh-oh, I'm being told here. What am I receiving? This is a... Oh, a sacrificial mag. Oh, thanks. Nice. sure Chris will love that. Give that to Chris later. He's making a divine filter for the first time. So I got the photon filter for him out of the way with trades. He needs select cloaks, so now we have the Rappy. I'll fall over dead in front of HellCleave. Can I put these defense materials away? I don't remember. Probably can't if I had to guess. No. Is my share bank maxed with them? Yes. Alright, let's put that away. Maybe I'll do a celebratory excerpt or something. I mean, I'm happy. We're like way ahead of schedule. Oh, by the way, HellCleave, apparently I used up so many select cloaks, I have exactly only 2 left. So when you were saying in the Discord earlier to sell them, I looked at them, I'm like, oh, I literally only have 2 left. That definitely helped with anniversary sales. I think I got rid of like 4 during anniversary. So yeah, I went up a lot of PDs during anniversary. I didn't even trade any post-anniversary. I thought I had more, but I'm like, oh. So I have exactly enough for Chris if he needs it. Yeah, I think I sold them for like 15 or 16 at the time. I wasn't charging like a crazy amount for it. I just wanted to help people out. And then I think I gave some to Tekkium, maybe? I feel like I helped somebody in chat specifically get Divine Filter with them. We made those little deals. I have no idea which character can hold defense materials. We'll find out though. Yeah, I'll do some, I guess, excerpt runs. My Baran's is done. I eventually want to get more. No, see, even they can't hold it. Oh, same color combo as HellCleave. Look at that. This person at least put them away in the regular bag. Yeah, I think I helped Tiggy with select cloaks. That would make sense. I think I gave Tiggy a couple. Damn, does everybody has defensive aid? This is so sad, chat. I have no idea who doesn't have defense materials. Who do I never play? I have to think. I have to look into my heart, chat. What character do I think I have never played? I'm not playing my pink ID to put defense materials though. Anybody but the pink photoman. Who is my least played character? Is it Humar? Does Humar have enough defense materials? I mean, we're playing him for a while, so he's kind of the sleeper pick. I love, by the way, it's like 300 hours 60. I feel like I'm not wrong. It's possible he doesn't have defense material. I just go down the line. The problem is that I think most of my line has it already. Find out. Oh, vectorray's here. Hello, vectorray. I think he can hold it. Find out, chat. Moment of truth. Drum roll. Hopefully he doesn't have defense. He's deep enough in the list. Yeah, there we go. He's deep enough in the list, I believe. There's no way my first 4 characters do not already have it. No, and he could take the evade out of here too. I don't really need these. It's fine. I'm not really ever going to look for these. They'll be banished into the ether. I guess at some point I could go for the book katanas. I think between all my characters, I have all the Ajitos. We have the other component, the Kamuis. So we can make 2 Kamui if we really want to. I think everything there is good. I don't know why I have Gafoe 13. I don't really understand half of the things in my inventory, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just going on, what am I doing? I'm doing whatever chat wants. Unfortunately, most people went to bed. So, I'm up for anything. If you want to do ultimate, if you want value, I don't care. Do you need help leveling a character? I'm fine with it. I'll be around for at least another 40, I'll say. I'm in a good mood. We just completed challenge mode. We got a hilarious amount of PDs and value earlier on stream. So if even for the next hour I don't get a single PD, I don't really care. I got nothing to do, did C mode yesterday. Do you have any characters you want to level vectorray? Otherwise I'll just do some solo exurd. Yeah, we have a wall of about 190 characters now. There's not too many characters that need leveling. For a while, we had Oopsal 193, but Mr. Freeze, unfortunately, is level beyond 193. He broke the chain, as well as Waluigi. I can join if we got the party. It might just be me and you. But in terms of just leveling, as I said before, if you need help leveling a character, now would be the time to ask. They're low 80s, or trying to get them up from normal. That I don't mind doing. Go to lobby 12. Yeah, unfortunately, I think most people went to sleep. We'll walk around vectorray. I guess my Humar almost 80. Sure. Bring your Humar in. I'm more than happy to power level. We're gonna go to Value City together. It'll be a magical journey. Sure you'll level the Humar too? Yeah, there we go. Okay. You're in a safe place now. You're gonna get hard carried by a blue Phonuman. Then you can grow and become a real menace to society. I guess I'll join in also. There we go. Very hard mode wins again. Let's move the song forward. Yeah, I think I'll be almost done unlocking everything that I was given. Yeah, just let me know, chat, if you need something unsealed. Okay, giving a very big discount compared to what the price guide has. I'm more just happy to get people at the point where they can use their add-ups and whatevers. Home flowing, nice, like that. And eventually make a character called like Flowing at Home. Although probably character limit. Let's fall over dead real quick, don't mind me. There we go. We spawned at Oops All Humar party. I'm the imposter. I'm trying to blend in with my afro. My platformer shoes. I'm doing a real good job of blending in. Jaya. Okay. Very hard mode's going down. No hold barred. Stack some Gapoe. If in multiplayer, it's better for me to Gapoe merge if it's solo force. Things I ponder as we play. Unfortunately, there is a HP material that I definitely need, but I will re-Gapoe. At that HP material. Oh, power material again. I'm being bamboozled. On chat, going back for value. Okay, we're good. Poor team left to defeat all the satellite lizards. Anyway, let's go Repoe these. No joke, I think the team could literally just wait at the laser gate if they want. I'm just gonna fast clear them. There's nothing you can do. Look at this. Goodbye. Or materials, where are they at? No, I didn't want that one. That's the one I want. Yeah, see, I think with the strategy of... I think, like, to optimize the run, if there's two forces just kind of nuke down the lizards, and then, like, pew laser and or more forces and or one hunter goes forward and kills this wave before the forces arrive. That would be ideal. Damn, I'm off my damage by like one little bit. This is so sad. I'm gonna double stack a Foe here so I can kill with an even amount of Rebardos. I cannot wait to play this during drop rate week. Like, don't get me wrong, I promise at some point we will go back to ultimate difficulty. Just the time is not now. These guys are hoes. Goodbye. What we have for the crappy. There you go. Well, one more item for HellCleave later. What's up? Put out a happy little Gafoe so nobody gets dot bombed too badly. Otherwise, I'm gonna be enjoying some Rafoe action here. There we go. Oh, somebody spawned in just as I would have hit them. That I can't help. I love that this was the enemy that gave me the photon crystal after not seeing some for a while. Just goes to show that even at like a bad drop rate, it can still help. I like to call that the ultimate drop rate. But we get to see good drop rate and then we have more ultimate tier drops. Stack a couple good boys for the next wave. Get a kill here. More important, I stack up on this door fun. There we go. Important thing is HellCleave didn't die. It's barely living. That's all that matters. One heal. Vardas. Back to Gafoe. There we go. I guess. I guess it's up to the team. I usually wait to go underground until everybody's like 60. Just because Goron Detonator one-shots. Goron Detonator is kind of a menace down there. Once we're past those, then it's like ultra free. Well, I guess HellCleave's health isn't too bad. If he hits like 400, we'll try it. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, Newman, your shift to range makes no sense to me. I don't know how I missed somebody. We were all on the same platform. I just honestly did a double take, like, really? Oh, Newman, please. Gotta do a little better than that. Just a little bit. Yeah, this is where, like, unironically, if the chat has, like, a lot of S ranks, their EDK is, like, 40 to 60. Versus V502, there is no way anything survives, chat. Like, just letting you know. If you were curious, for people that are viewing, probably not so much aimed at the veteran players, but if you were curious, Hell is like stupid good even in multiplayer here. These poor satellite lizards have 30 EDK, for example. So I think like from the standpoint of gearing up is there. Hell Sight plus V502 is fun, yeah. So I think from the standpoint, oh there we go, there's the episode 4 value. See that, chat? That's what was wrong. I wasn't trying to explain something or tell a story, so that the episode 4 got confused as to when the value should appear. I'm sorry, Chad. I need to tell more stories, apparently. But yeah. Hell is just very effective here. Like, the only things that are kind of hard to Hell are the Astarks in multiplayer. So if you're trying to figure out, like, where the breakdown is like a new player to this quest, mostly just the Astarks ones are a problem. But if you reset before you do Astark kills, then you don't really need that. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, team damage, crazy. I think I could Foe now. Grants the last target. Hit him with the lingering Kafoe. The people don't realize the EDK when they're saying, yeah, because a lot of people are trying to figure out like where else could they use S ranks, especially since we did challenge mode. That's like, I want to point out that even without like a V502, even a V501 is still really effective, because it's like what, 82% on Hell, for example, so it'd be 22% normally against a 60% EDK. 10% of that is 30 something, depending on the breakdown of their EDK. Let alone if you double it and it becomes a 40%. Yeah, like these lizards just don't survive. Crazy. Like, you know, these zoos would be a problem. They're still like technically killable, but it's not worth your time, generally speaking. But things like the Rappies, oh, if you're not already like fire trap killing them, which is, I will say, is a bit more annoying in very hard mode due to the traps just generally being worse on the difficulty. But if you do have to fight them, Hell is just stupid good. That's why I'm looking forward to getting like Hell Slicers and stuff. Soul Vanish needs a better special, full agree. Criminal that you get stuff like that, and it's like you don't at least get a high level Megid on some of these attacks. Like, ah yes, Megid level 6, that's the good special to put on a weapon in Ultimate. Surely that'll be useful to somebody. Wink. Yeah, I also think Hell Chance should have been boosted by another unit. Oh, it's level 1? That's even worse. At least we have Heart of Soul Vanish. In our hearts, it's a good thing. Nice. See, if I hit them just right with the Dwarfon, they actually do the little angry shout instead of preparing a charge. So I gotta figure out what specific animation timing I need to hit them on. Like, where in the charge is guaranteed to make them do that. Because I don't think it's random. I think it's positional based of where they started from and to whether or not they do damage. Sort of like how he finished the slide there. But I think he'll... Yeah, so if I let him finish the slide, he'll do that. Yeah, that's the other thing that makes it kind of scary with Heart Ofs that chat's mentioning there. It's always hard to tell what people are actually really using. So sometimes people will be like, oh, I recognize that weapon from so-and-so, and not realize it's a skin. You're like, oh no. That Rappy just got bodied by me. He gets. I told him to shut up with that Foe and just murdered him. Yeah, this is the Dwarfon that I usually mess up. Yeah, it's really hard to hit that one properly. That's a my bad. Alright, so I think next time we loop this, we could go underground. HellCleave's just like a little under. One more loop. Then we'll go underground for XP. Less value, more XP. I figured we at least turn out a little bit of value as we play. There you go, chat. I'm 4% of my way through my level already. I'm getting there. You ready, chat? I only need 2.9 million XP. What a world. Yeah, like here's an example. If you have like Rawcast, for example, with like Hellshot, oh, this initial wave is so fast. Because even this subsequent wave is hellable. The like foreskin clear Rappies arguably sometimes quicker depending on the stack, but I can't compete with people using S ranks on that initial wave. It's too strong. Between like the S rank slicers, you know, your J cutters and stuff like that. Oh, disgustingly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and 1, 2, 3, you're dead. Walk forward, 1, 2, you're dead. Walk forward to the side. You know, we'll risk it here. Nice, still worked. Beautiful. Enjoy your items, team. Bask in the glorious value. You know what I'll even do? I'll even put a little Ryuger down in case somebody doesn't feel like walking. A little tired. Take it. Yeah, like these guys are 70 EDK, so they're like a little harder to kill without the V5s. But that's why you just gotta have to have like a specialist, right? Like you can have somebody just hell run, you can have somebody go through his force, you have somebody that just does brute damage, so sometimes you don't need to cover it all. On one character anyway. You can if you want to. It only takes one. Yeah, like I could spook these, but I prefer to give them XP. Technically, I could just walk up and immediately Foe them at max distance to make them run, but not really worth it. I'm gonna get Foe back here to not interrupt my kill of this duo. Oh, they're super dead. Yeah, I got a double stack there. I'm gonna go ahead and rip Foe the furthest of the targets since the team has killed the others. So we'll adapt because we have more ATP damage. Make sure that I'm able to cover where I think they're not aiming. Was that a double tri-fluid? Oh, I'm going back for that. Or I picked something up that wasn't tri-fluid. That's fun. There we go. HellCleave should be good. We'll go underground. We'll venture in. Venture forward. Oh, I don't think I announced it on the stream. I don't think I'll be streaming in the morning, just for chat clarity. That's why I'm willing to do a late night stream here. Normally I cut it off, but I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to be with family most of the day. I think we talked about it earlier, but I forgot to re-specify that means there's no morning stream. But I think in the afternoon we'll do a makeup one for PSO. Then I'm not sure what we'll start for Halloween. I want to do Look Outside soon. That's probably going to be our weekday game, but weekend, I'm not sure. We have Castlevania set aside, for example, just to kind of wind down from PSO. And eventually we'll dedicate a couple days towards the Halloween event, of course. So I'll be taking off some days for that. Otherwise, we'll still probably do a mix of RPG as well as PSO. Kind of the nice thing if you take a week off. Don't necessarily have to pick between them. Oh, excuse me, that yawn came out of nowhere. But yeah, just kind of do both. So, I'll think about it. I think I'll hold, like, Disgaea 2 for next year, maybe? See if there's more kind of mystery games we might want to do. I'm definitely open to chat suggestions if you want to see something in particular. I will debuff you. I don't know by that. It interrupted my rest of like 3 times there. It's kind of unlucky. There we go. That was a good interrupt. That was a good interrupt. See, now they're just gonna laser instead of charging. Take that. Okay. Let's go deeper. Give HellCleave up to very safe numbers. I'll even deban the group when we get closer. Oh, somebody teleported right as I buffed. That sucks. Well, I tried. A couple of buffs here and there. There we go. Life should be much easier now. HP material. Got one Goofoe stack just to help with the next wave. Without spooking the Rappy. There we go. It just barely triggered before it disappeared. That's all that matters. It did trigger. Guess I'll revoke the side. Uh-oh, the J cutter's out. See it. Ninja time. Song forward. Yeah, sadly these guys are pretty resistant underground. Surface is definitely way easier to hell compared to underground. Even the Sand Rappies have like 55. Kind of rude. Like, look at that. 98 EDK on Marissa. What did we do wrong? Surface, meanwhile, free. Every Buddha dies to you. Terrible. If I can have somebody go down the central path, I would appreciate it. Other luck material. For the stack more Goofoe. There we go. I guess it's up to the team if they just want to clear. I mean, like, we could technically just clear 4A at this point. I think our team is strong enough to do it. All we have to get through is one terrible room at the end. At least we're leveling up as we play. RIP. Yeah, the Grand Detonators do a lot of damage. They are, no joke. Yeah, the Sandpit room. The Sandpit room is the only room in which I will never do it solo. Multiplayer, it's okay. Just 2 people have to volunteer. I'll probably go to the other side. If we really need to. That way team can just stick together. In fact, the whole team might just be able to stick on one side, and then I just go to the other. I'll go to my punishment area. Although I'll need to restock at some point. I'm getting a bit low on fluid. The downside of doing interior crater is that if, unless you're doing like triple adept or something, you burn a tri-fluid. Okay, I'm gonna hold perfectly still and bait them to fly into me. Fly into me, you big dummies, come on. There we go. Baited. Don't mind me, just turn them out. They're already dead, they just don't know it. They're already fine. Yeah, this room's okay to do. I mostly just go to this room while leveling people, just so I don't have to reset the quest as much. Otherwise, the actual drops are... But hey, we got our 4-3-3 pattern here, so who knows? Maybe chat will just get the randomly super high claymore for no reason. Bye, Marissa. Where's the double A? What? Well, I guess chat's getting more XP. Remember when it drops. 1,000 XP though. Wow, that's crazy. Up those. Also, does it really drop Magua? Really? Why? Shouldn't the Marissa AA drop something useful? Crazy. Very hard mode is a world of no logic. It's definitely a place where logic goes to die. Making sure the team's got some buffs. I'll do my classic wall checks in here. XP steal with 60 hit. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hope that the team is strong enough to take one side to themselves. I'm gonna go across the pit. I'm just gonna make sure everybody is buffed. So good luck, team. I'm gonna go the terrible route over here. Just have to hopefully not get bodied by Ground Detonator. There we go. I'll be fine. I'm a force. I don't care. They need a Magua heart for no reason. Heart of Farmer. That's what it should be called. You spook the Rappy. I'm just gonna grants, honestly. I'm not waiting for that. Rappy. Say it's all on your side. It maybe help by getting closer. Got rid of you. Double kill. Oh. Realized the Mercer was behind me. My bad. I would use a different tech. I was like, they're taking a steady amount of damage. Little did I know. Should have been looking at the numbers. At least I can sort of help with grants. So I'm helping, kind of. I'll do some drive-by grants on them. Goodbye, all the Marissas. Oh, did that actually knock me down? That's awkward. There you go. There we go. I'm gonna earn my tickets real quick. At 141. It's not a bad amount. I'll get some keys later. I don't think I need the back yet. I'll need the back if we do it again, though. I think our goal is to get our companion, at least one person here to level 80 before we call it. I figure it'd just be some nice, easy leveling. And vectorray can tell Draken about their new ultimate ready character. There we go. Yes, speaking of, I'm not gonna do any more damage again. I could try, maybe. I can't compete with the Hell. The Hell is so fast here. It's so good. I'm glad the veteran players are demonstrating the absolute raw kill speed. I can't compete with that. Maybe Double Force would maybe compete with that, maybe. It's just full XP steal. You can do whatever you want. Aw. Chat lingered too long at the Rappies. That's really unfortunate. Can't do anything about that. That's okay though. Yeah, these guys are ultra dead. I kind of just feel bad for them because there's just nothing they can do. So it's like I basically just weirdly I have to be the one targeting the Babutas a little bit. Put a couple of Rebardas in there occasionally. Little debuffs here. But it is just so satisfying to mow down that first wave with S-Ranks. I did that a couple times for the Blue ID Rocket Seal. So if I technically wanted to level her and we played an all S-Rank team, Probably pick her. Kind of abuse these enemies. We've already a very respectable level 50. Stealing XP with Master Raven. Do I have any S rank recommendation for episode 2? I guess it depends on where you're looking to farm the most. I mean, my answers to you will probably be the same. It's going to be Demon Mech Gun and probably Hellshot. Demon Mech Gun is phenomenal. You can use it basically everywhere. Hellshot can basically clear everything else out. Otherwise, like clearing out general waves, you already got those. You don't really need much else. I mean, I guess you can use stuff like Demon Needle. Demon Needle just makes every run easy. Yeah, we had some dedicated Demon Needlers in like CCA. For the most part, you won't be playing a lot of like Hunter in episode 2, or if you're playing Hunter, you generally won't be using S ranks. You'll be busy doing Dark Flow. Like, it's literally charge bulk and Dark Flow, you're done. Zerk launcher. Unlikely. I mean, you could try it if you want. But yeah, that's not in the top 5. See, that's the thing too, like if you're only specifically playing episode 2, I think the what is it? The Zalor, not pistol, rifle, maybe it is launcher, is like one of the only things that can hit the Gal Griffin when it's above you with its infinite height, because it acts like a guilty light. We're using it on Olga Flow. Can't tell you how many times I've run into full cast parties in the TTF. Yeah. Yeah. So it definitely helps to have like a Zalor handgun, especially if you're planning to do more TTF. But honestly, it went from like a must-have to me to I don't really play TTF anymore. So for me, the priority's low. Like weirdly, when I'm playing solo, I'm just playing Force. It's like I don't care about that. It's like I get to skip over Vault Op and I do whatever. Yeah, Zalor rifle's kind of nice. I would say, as I said before, probably all variations of demons will be useful in one way or another. I definitely want to try Demon Needle at some point. I've seen how good it is in CCA. Like how Baran's launcher saves like a minute plus a run, that also saves like a minute plus a run. As long as not like everybody's Demon Needling and other people are doing like Dark Flow or other things. Yeah, rifle's a bit niche. It also technically fires slower for hitting multiple targets. I am thinking of at one point trying like a Zalor shotgun because it's funny, not because it might be effective. just shotgun blast the Zalor into the room. Listen, just gotta believe, champ. But honestly, I don't even know how much Zalor would even be useful in any scenario, just because Demon Needle exists. Like, you could decrease their defense, or just put them at 10. Yeah, Zalor Needle makes sense. But yeah, if you just have like 2 Demon Needlers, like what are they gonna do? Well, the answer is nothing. I'm pretty sure they just die to you. Is Blizzard either if you're Ramar or is it trolling? It has some unfortunate caps. If it didn't have the caps, it would have been an easier recommend, but otherwise I don't really recommend it. They did improve the caps since the start of this thing, but it's just kind of like, eh. Yeah. It has some, like, atrocious cap currently. I want to say offhand it's 40% chance of it activating. It's hard cap. Yeah, Hunters don't really need as many S ranks. course, you can kind of mess around with, like, demon things. Rifle is 15 accuracy. I don't think you... Chat can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure you don't actually need accuracy to land Zalor. I don't think it cares. I think as long as it hits them, it works. Chat can fact check me. I don't have a Zalor gun to check. I've been told that, but I have not been able to verify on stream. I'm gonna stack until somebody goes middle. Oh. Rip all my TP. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're asking like what to do in episode 2, but you have like 7 guns, I'm like, I think you're done. I think you're just done, honestly. Demon cards on Forces niche, you could get it, but it's like... Is it gonna make a really big difference? I guess? On tower? Maybe? Otherwise, it sounds like if you already have like 2 staple, or if you have at least 2 different ways to apply demons, you already have a Zalor needle. I don't think you need it. Try to kill the Gorons here. Full debuff for them. They get. Yeah. You just want to quickly debuff an enemy. Needle's better. If you want to hit a group that's further away, it's there. Yeah. I think it still has to, like, quote-unquote hit them. And by hit them, I mean, like, the projectile needs to make contact with them, not that it rolls accuracy. Team just casually murdering a room of birds. We're like, yay, genocide. Goodbye, everything down here. We're wiping you out, not because we have to, but because we can. Oh no, caliber drop, chat. Oh, there's my first Jaya. Didn't see one of those in a while. Already level 78. Great start. I am hilariously low on fluids. I will see if I can do this without backing. It's gonna be tight. Sadly, I just haven't found enough adapts for all my characters. Probably the only thing I've been kind of unlucky with. Remember I went an entire... Oh, thank you for the tri-fluids. I think I went an entire Christmas event without getting a single adept, despite doing like 80-something hours of big ID resets. I'm just like, man, come on. How much more pink do I need to do before I get one? It also makes me kind of sad that MAE is gone. Just one less potential area to get Gertabulu quickly. That thing was kind of annoying to hunt. That Zoo just like blocking all vision from me, thanks Zoo. Oh, what? Oh, the Marissa must be behind me. I was like, what? I don't even know what froze me there. There's nothing fighting me on my screen. That's interesting. Thank you for one of the tri-fluid. I have a couple spares. Do a little wall check here for some photon crystals. Apply some buffs. Level 69, nice. All the progress today. I was gonna say, don't worry about it, I got it. You don't have to suffer in the pit. With the force, at least I could kill multiple enemies at once, so I'm like playing multiple players. See that? I'll even grant stat Rappy for you. Look at that. I'm helping. You. Rappy. Oh, I should have been good Bowie stacking. Oh, they made me immune to their own strike. That was interesting. They trolled themselves. That's on them. They could have hit me with more damage. There we go. Now I have my Bowie stacks that I needed. Go much faster now. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was missing last time. I didn't Bowie stack that room. This should be very fast now. My chat's not waiting for me. You're dead. You're dead. Fire the Rappy. Like that lone Marissa that spawned behind me. Cute. I tried, I guess. Unfortunately for them, I've been Bowie stacking this whole time, so they should just perish at this point. I think that's the final wave. So close to hitting 80. Seems like we'll do one more interior clearing cleanup and be good. So at this point, I basically just need to save up PDs so I can finish my own S ranks. I don't have that many. I'm still kind of in the entering late game territory since I was on mostly a hiatus. Like, even though I've been around for a while, it's not like I played a whole lot until like the last couple of years. I think I only started streaming it, what, 3.5 years ago at most? For a while, I like started an account, played for like 2 or 3 days during an event, and then would not play the rest of the time. So only until like the last year or so did I start catching up in power. So being able to have like a full set of Dark Barans is kind of nice. But I think by doing some more challenge mode with the group, I'll be able to finish up pretty much everything I want in episode 1, including a couple duplicate S ranks. That's why I've been sitting on a Photon Horde, to make sure that I could pay for my challenge mode weapons. Otherwise, hopefully I just get more PDs as we play here. Up with something kind of nice later. I guess ideally when Halloween goes through, I'm hoping to get at least one limiter. So that way this character can dual wield them. By waves of enemies. Feel bad. Chat's trying to swing at them. I'm like, nah. I'm like, I got those enemies. The one thing the Force can always do. They can kill the only thing the Hunters and Rangers don't feel like dealing with on this kind of run. I'll even debuff them. There you go. Bye. Sack a couple of Gapoes just to make sure I don't rebard it too soon. Plus to make sure I kill with an equal amount of rebarding. Nice. Wow, they just melt so fast. Dad. You know what, I think once we hit 80, I'll do one more surface reset. And that'll be the final run. They target the furthest to do, yeah. Because I always just kind of assume somebody is targeting the zoo that's closest there. The other thing I'm kind of thinking about from optimization standpoint, I don't know what the correct answer is. I wonder if it's better for, like, does the Force move to the the warp and let the 3 hunters clear it, or does the 4 stun lock and the others wait for the warp? Or is there some mixture we do? Kind of curious from like an optimization standpoint, what would make more sense? Because like obviously hunters and rangers kill the zoo very quickly, especially when they're as geared out as the people I'm playing with currently. But it is interesting to see. I know for the laser gate they could just save time. But for that room, I don't know. I guess it really depends on what they're killing it with. Because their DPS would be more welcome in the next area, even though they kill disease faster, maybe. Oh, he did the charge. That's why he got out of the range before. Now I understand what happened last time. Oh yeah, so if I see them charging, I have to walk into the single player to make sure they don't run out of spell range. Oh. Nice. I'll take that. Need to drop it a little bit. Gotta get back into Value City. We're on the outskirts before. We gotta drive in. Already a very respectable level across the board, honestly. Corridor fun. Fortunately, I think I left the music disc behind. Oh well. I'm slowly regathering them. For the longest time, I stopped collecting them because I just found it annoying, but now that my inventory is stabilized across my characters, I'm not as worried about picking items up. I know exactly what I want now. I'm not worrying about picking up armor for selling it, etc. Oh, shockingly, we haven't hit 80 yet. Yeah, I think that last Gaffoe just interrupts them too soon. I think that's what the problem is. Let's do a surface reset. We need more value. I haven't seen enough PDs on stream. It feels weird to not see PDs at this point. So I'm assuming this will be one of the last 2 runs that we do. Change the so far, nice and smooth. It definitely helps to have people that are clearly geared out. I don't even technically have to do anything here. It's just like a couple hell shots, the whole wave is dead. It's so silly. Ooh, 30 hit Gladius. What a disappointment. I mean, a melee there. Didn't matter though, I had another Gaffoe stack going at least. Oh. I mean, I'll help the team, but I gotta go back for value. I'll even menu cast just for you. That chat, I'm trying to optimize. I gotta go back for value. Good luck. Yeah, this has been a pretty steady rate of materials overall. I think I helped like 5 or 6 players kind of gear up their characters, material-wise. We had a new player in the stream the other day. Hopefully they end up enjoying playing their character. Got them some of the materials they needed to just kind of continue very hard mode. Congratulations on level 80. But hopefully we can get to a nice point where... Hopefully we get to a nice point where we have everybody at a nice place for Halloween. That they want to play Ultimate and get some cookies. Good. I'm curious if they'll adjust any of the drop rates this year. Both from, like, getting cookies from cookie quests, even some of the base rates. Otherwise, it's just gonna be, I thought they didn't want people to play Forest, but it's gonna force a lot of people to play Forest, to be real with you. I don't know what they think is going to happen, but I'm expecting a lot of Terrell's Ego things to open up as people go for cookies. Like, an insane number will open up. Yeah. Like, maybe you'll see kind of, you know, the flex of, what is it, Rescue from Regal. Maybe you'll see some of those. But yeah, it's gonna be Oops All Forest. Yeah, what they fixed last year was more stopping people from playing normal and spamming CCC. Like, that's basically what they removed. But ultimately, unless they have, like, a per area bonus or something like that, it's just gonna devolve to how much can you spam Forest. Right? Because, like, drop rate is a pretty heavy factor in whether you get the event items or not. And the problem is, as we mentioned before on stream, is that almost every enemy in Forest is just so much better in drop rate compared to everything else. Like, lilies have, like, a pathetic, like, 20 or something drop rate. And, like, even these Buddhas here are, like, 30, which is, like, the same as, like, a Dubchick in Mines. But then, like, you go to Forest and, like, their lowest one is, like, 45 or something that isn't Moth Fist. They were literally, like, double everything else, and it's just kind of unfair. If you're wondering why you feel like you're getting more PDs in Forest Ultimate, it's because you probably do, statistically. And then, like, the only thing that has, like, a technically worse drop rate are the Moths, but they spawn 3 of in a pack. And if you combine them, then it's basically like a 1 in 500 chance, or 1 in 525 chance, I think. Which, again, is still, like, leagues better than something like Seabed, where a lot of enemies, at most, have, like, a 1 in 800 chance. It's kind of brutal. So, I don't know what they're gonna do there. I'm still mad Epsilon is like a 50% drop rate and not an 80% like other mini-bosses. That is actually a war crime. That enemy. Like, not only are there no fun rares at all in that enemy, but it's not even guaranteed to drop you something after wasting your time for like 20 seconds. Like, really? You couldn't give that thing 100% drop rate? One second. What is that? You sat there, you wasted like 15 seconds waiting for that thing to open up. You should get an item. I don't care. It's like, I'm not dealing with that. Is it mini-boss tiers? He takes attribute damage? Apparently. What a big eye roll. Nice level up. We'll do one more surface run. See if we can squeeze out a little last minute value. But I'm definitely feeling it. I had that 6:30 work start, even with a little sleep beforehand, to try to prepare myself for a longer stream. Going past 1 might be a no-go. I could go to 1 o'clock, though. Yeah, let's go to 1 o'clock, actually. That's just 10 more minutes. I could do that. Little celebratory levels. Get everybody just a little closer to 80. That last little push. Assuming vectorray might be swapping characters now that they're 80. Yeah, it's just one of those things where, you know, you look at the drop charts. I'm gonna open up the drop chart since I'm here. What is it? Photon drop. Because the photon drop on the wiki got updated to have like a very, very specific breakdown. I'm gonna just read through some of it. I want to especially compare the BS that's in Mines and other stuff as we play. Yeah, so like, I'll give examples. So like, Hiltator is like 1 in 444, so it's pretty standard for like other bosses. It actually still has a better drop rate than Temple, which is 1 in 473, but I think that's mostly just due to the rare chances on average impacting photon drops. But then, like, you'll compare something like Oblilion Temple as like a 1 in 1,200 drop chance, roughly, of giving you an item. And then you go to look at, like, I don't know, like Bartle, and it's like 1 in 998, or like Mothbirds are 1 in 1,500, and the Rappies obviously are guaranteed drops. And it's just kind of like, why is everything so much better across the board? Just those like little 5% add up. Like Bartles and Barbles have the same drop rate. Hallows are 1 in 1,000. The Golguses are 1 in 800, which is kind of wild. Almost nothing is that low other than mini bosses, comparatively. I don't know what they were thinking. Over there. That's fine. It'll hit this wave a little bit. Damn, chat whipping out the hell items for that one. Yeah. At least episode 4, if you're playing like a high number of mini bosses, they're at least somewhat fastical in very hard mode. Even with it being a much lower rate of PDs, it's just the speed at which we reach there is so much better. I missed the Yaoi by 8 damage. That is actually a heartbreaker. So sad. Yeah, like, in theory, like, CCA looks amazing on paper. Oh, nice Photon Crystal. Because it has, like, a lot of 1 in 471 chances of, you know, you're fighting a mini-boss, therefore, its drop rate is going to be, like, 80%, so it's more likely to give it to you than any other enemy in that kind of area, just because it has that drop rate guarantee. But, unfortunately, due to the time it takes to clear them, not worth it. Like, maybe? I don't know. I haven't decided what to do here. I mean, technically I could kill all 3 at once. I think at this point I just walk away. Oh. Rip. This is it. I'll speak the Rappies. Oh, the same idea, I think so. I spawned into a laser. That was interesting. I actually think that was a frame 1 damage on me. I don't think I could have done anything there. Got a little extra value on the extra run. All that matters. Yeah. It's kind of one of those things where I was kind of hoping that maybe there would... I think maybe the big issue is that there's just a lot of really terrible drops on like Spaceship in particular. Oh, chat's lingering near the Rappies. I can't hit them when that happens. This. Nothing's more fun than teleporting into Oblo and being good. Yeah, that's kind of rough. Yeah. I'm just hoping, you know, they're not really keen on doing too many major updates in regards to the drop table, but man, chat, we could convince them to finally buff Spaceship. Please give me a purpose or reason to run that other than Daylight Scar. I don't want to hear that Spaceship is balanced. I will ask them to politely play Green ID Spaceship. They think that's fun. I was like, is there an unwritten contract that Handgun Gold just has like unbearable hunts just everywhere it goes? It likes to die on some hills, same reason why Green ID uses it, yeah. I mean, other than like episode 4 resets, which they, you know, they're very good, or like Heaven Striker runs, honestly, I don't really see a reason to play Green ID anymore. It's just kind of the worst of the choices for TTF, and definitely not viable for like most episode 2 runs, unless you're doing specifically V502. Like, I'm not exactly doing green seabed either. Green tower is also kind of underwhelming. That rappy. Yeah, like, episode 4 is, like, their really good spot, but, like, everywhere else is just... Ooh. Like, they have a decent forest, so, like, I'm not gonna say, like, they need to buff forest or anything, but, like, then they nerfed their mines and replaced it with kind of nothing. Like, I understand, like, the argument of, like, lowering the power level of a TTF. We'll do one more reset. I understand the argument of lowering the power of TTF, but, like, Meridian just displaced where, like, their V101 was, and it technically improved other Red Ring runs for them, and it helped them for, like, future Omnispawn quests, but it's like, do you really want to have, like, double Kasami Bracer? Do we really not have put anything else on that? Can you imagine if you could hunt like a V801 or something in Spaceship? Like just like anything that gives value? Like just anything? You have like one V501 on Blue ID, followed by no Jayas. Like, it's so weird to me when you compare like Very Hard Spaceship with like the Quadra Jaya, and then you get like one Jaya hunt, V502 in Spaceship. I don't know about that, but at least it should be something. I'm not asking for like V101 or, you know, super endgame items, but like it just, it's like a little something of value. Like, honestly, like, it's so bad that you could replace, like, 3/4 of those enemies with, like, a Smart Link, and it would still improve the run. Like, if you can genuinely take out, like, eight items from it, and still end up with a decent run, if not improved run, it shows you how underwhelming most of the spaceship drops are. Because it's like, there's not, like, an episode 4 equivalency where you could just get photon crystals, right? Like, something that isn't just generally usable. Yeah, like, if the fact is, like, you can replace an item with a literal, just random chance of, like, hit percentage Claymore or hit percentage general weapon roll, and you're more excited for that than the drop, it's not a good drop. Just like, that's why I was kind of hoping, I don't think they'd ever do it, but I was kind of hoping for, oh, nice. There we go. See, chat, it's the one more. We tricked PSO. We tricked PSO. I said one more, look what happened. There's the value, we found it. It's just hiding. But genuinely, I'd be excited if stuff like Bullclaw, if most of their junk items got replaced with just another set roll for weapons. It's like how to improve the run without technically giving endgame items. Just add more RNG. Honestly, I would even take ad slots over like most of the items in Spaceship. Like, that's just how unuseful they are. And I get that they're trying to offset it a little bit with like the filters, but I'm like, at the same time, it's just, it's not quite there for Spaceship. So maybe over the next couple of iterations, they'll introduce like the armor effects to try to give quote unquote trade value back to Spaceship. I don't know about you. It's like if we're literally not playing RNID or Sky ID, it's unplayable. And even then, it's just okay. It's not like, it's not amazing. It's just more. We put up with it because we want a Gurren rather than it being like a value run. That's we're kind of done with the game. Now we'll kind of go here, and it's okay to have some stuff like that, like. Just like really hard to hit item or hard to grab items. But I just find it kind of odd that like compare it to just like mines or ruins, there is a like shocking lack of Ubers also in Spaceship. Can we talk about that? Like you can even just put like Prophets of Motab or something in there. Like honestly, there's so many things you can do to just like put something in there to give it PD value. It doesn't even have to be like XCal, I'm telling you. Oh man. Yeah, we're kind of like they have like purple with ignition cloak. But there's... Oh, nice photon crystal. See that, chat? I'm so glad we did one more. Yeah, chat's... Exactly. Chat's literally getting to the point I was saying. It's like, blue, I think it's one Jaya. It gets at least one Jaya from what I remember. But it's obviously not Quadra Jaya. And then it's just kind of like... It's missing kind of like the key hunts. Like, there's no Yashminikov on purple. There's no Vice on purple. There's a Diska Brave Man, but it's on like a split enemy of Panarms. It's just like... It's such a weird drop table. It just, honestly... Oh, there we go. See that, chat? Look what happened. We're trying to tell the story. I'm sorry, chat. I was tired. I wasn't storytelling. That's why we stopped getting value. I'm sorry. See, that's why we had to go on this tangent for episode 2. But it's true, though. It's just like, some of the items are there, but it's just like, I have no reason to run that over any other area. Like, it's not bad that some of it's hellable, but like, you know, just like natural restrictions, like there's never going to be Barans and Sorcerer in the same floor, and, you know, most of the time, Dub Chicks and Guild Chicks are completely useless. Yeah, like, the easy to farm enemies should not necessarily give you crazy value. But at the same time, it's like, gotta put at least something. It's like single PD things. Like, I'm telling you, even just like ad slots. What's the episode 2 quests with Hell Resist? I think there's more than one, but one of them is Lost Demon Raygun. I guess I could do Underground with chat. We'll continue our conversation underground. This is definitely my last quest. But I think from the standpoint of just some of the value, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know if they're scared of Hell being the thing that breaks it, because Forest is also one of the most loaded areas in the game. I mean, just the fact that you could get a Disco Brave Man, a Frozen Shooter, and an Uber in the same hunt on, like, White ID, and, like, everybody can basically clear that easily. But then, like, stuff like most of Spaceship drops exist. I don't get it. It's like the gear requirements are so much higher, and then some of the better enemies are so deep in a quest. And then the reward is like, here's an item you could just mass hunt on very hard mode. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not even that hard to get. Like, do people, like, honestly do the Ignition Cloak on purple? Like, I'm really curious. If somebody other than just out of raw curiosity genuinely grinds that. Yeah, maximum attack 2B is good. I definitely agree. I've been a big fan of 2B lately. That was one of the ones we kind of found right before the other. Yeah, I had to go back for the Rappy. It's kind of one of those ones where I was more excited to play 2B. So, like, there's, like, literally a single quest that makes some of the other kind of seabed drops make sense. But at the same time, it's not, there's nothing that I can really think of that involves Spaceship that's that exciting. Oh, speaking of exciting. Well, I thought I wasn't going to get more value since we overvalued in the beginning, so it was going to balance out a little, given that we usually end up with about 2 or so PDs an hour minimum plus PCs. Okay, back to the normal rate, I guess. Oh, I guess there's lizards down there that chat summoned. I can't kill them wherever they are. Okay. So, I don't know. I mean, I find stuff like Mine's kind of easy to solo, and Spaceship is about on that level. Plus, it is similar enemies anyway. That's kind of like the Force can clear episode 1 solo mines very fast. Spaceship, the Ranger, can just hell everything down. But at the same point in time, it's like, is there really a reason to do some of that? The only thing holding it Forest back is Anguish 3. I don't even know if anything holds Forest back. Forest is just busted. As I said before, it has some of the best overall drop rates. Like, just genuinely, like, their most common enemies are, like, 1 in 800s and, like, 1 in 900s. Where most other enemies that are common, like, I'll give an example. Arlens and Merlins from Temple are 1200. Their drop rate is abysmal in comparison to, Forest. Like, you are 33% more likely, essentially, to receive a PD just killing an easier Forest enemy than just playing Temple. Like, just to put that in perspective, like, can you imagine Forest is just, like, on permanent, like, 25% PD buffs? Insane. Just, like, what can you even do about that? I'm not saying necessarily to nerf Forest. I'm just kind of hoping for something more exciting. So, like, they tried to fix it a few years ago to make people play Episode 1 because they realized, you know, all the good content is in Episode 4, right? So they moved Xcal to stuff. Buff Seabed. I think Seabed needs some very minor adjustments. I think it's actually, like, not as far off as Spaceship is. Like, Spaceship has, like, a couple runs total that are fine the way they are. And I think, like, Seabed also has, like, Blue ID is mostly fine. Yeah, but Spaceship needs a lot of help. I mean, there's just nothing. Just walls of nothing. In fact, I'm gonna open up just to see what exactly it is they drop in Ultimate, to make sure I'm not forgetting anything of interest. Like, Viridian, you get to hunt for Heart of Crazy Tune. I hope you weren't expecting more items on there, because you're not getting any. that one thing to go fight, yeah, you have to go and do the Penumbral Surge. That way you can get to the Chaos Sorcerers like 20 minutes into that quest. Terrible. Truly a travesty. Or like Green ID, where they get Musashi, and then they get Greeno card and Handgun Gold. Just nothing else to really hunt. Sky ID's a little better, because it gets Gurren, Combat Gear, and Daylight Scar. Like, that's almost good. Purple, as we already talked about, is missing Vices. It's missing Yashminikov. There's not even, like, an alternate gun it gives. Pink ID is also really sad. It has Liberta Kit and Prophets of Motab total on Pink ID. So it's like, why would you ever run that? Why would you ever run that? VL2, that's the better spaceship quest. Yeah. You're so not wrong, and it's so sad. You're like, we finally get to play on spaceship. Like, no. Yeah, there's just really not that much going for it. Also, is that one of the... Oh, I guess technically Sky ID is an Uber. I guess Agito being what? Why is Agito 1 in 33,000 of attaining? That sounds way too high. Well, that sounds... Oh, that drop rate sounds terrible. I mean, it's on Gilchick, but... Big oof on that one, chat. I gotta move my list over to see the rest of the drops. Like, Sky ID is the closest. It needs, like, the most minimal of touch, I think, to be more interesting. Do any of them have anything interesting on Golgus? I guess just literally Smart Link on Viridian. I would have liked it for Golgus E to have something. Is there anything that has value there? I guess the closest is Agito 1980. We have one enemy type that's basically just kind of dead to the world across the board. Some of the splitting of the pan arms is disgusting. Get that Raffy, nice, sniped him. Listen, I'm just gonna sit here and Gafoi stack while I look at the item chart. There's pretty much nothing they can do about this. They do their best, though. Yeah, like, Red ID has, like, the start of something good. Like, they get Regeria card, they get, you know, Geno 1980, Disco Brave Man, but that's all they have. They're missing, like, a finisher item. Or, like, RNID has Daylight Scar, Gurren, and then they're kind of lacking, like, a really strong third choice. It's a bit disappointing. Damn, I just Gafoi stacked them out of the world. Like, Yellow ID has a single Disco Brave Man chance, but it's on... What was it on? Is it regular pan arms? No, it's on a split pan arms. It's super disappointing. Like, are they scared of giving real value on regular pan arms? I don't get it. Crazy. There we go. All cleared. Anyway, that's GG for now. The last run ended up getting up more PCs for the groups. That's good. Generally speaking, you know, across the span of 45 minutes of playing, somebody will get a PD. Usually per player, somebody will get one. Then you usually get that amount times 2. It's a bit more quiet, I would say, in terms of drops on the second wave through. Tekkium says, damn, I just got back. Yeah, no super late night runs, unfortunately. But I hope you all had fun. We're on our way to more value. Oh no, another Rappy speak. Back in here. Into the stash you go. I don't know. It's like, it's so close in some regards, but it's just missing like that little bit of oomph. It's kind of like Seabed. Seabed has like some genuinely like, it has some of the best of hunts for certain Ubers, and it's fine to make an area that's just better for elite players. That's okay, but like, I just don't think Spaceship has anything that it needs there. It's so sad. Yeah, White ID's also, like, it should be close, right? Because it has, like, 2 Disco Brave Mans, a Gurren. It's like, it's so close. That one's probably the best overall value chance, just because Brave Man is just very inherently strong. So, like, I just wish there weren't stuff like God Legs on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, do we really need 3 IDs with Yashminikov 2000H? I don't know. Makes me sad, chat. Or like God Arms. I'm like, if only. Only a little better in value. Little teeny bumps would help. Yeah, stuff like anti-android rifle is not really exciting to drop. We don't really want to see like 2 enemies in the same ID drop Dragon Slayer. Like, it's just no point to it. I don't know. It makes me question things when I look at that drop chart. I think for now, we're at a good point to stop. So overall, we ended up with a lot of general value between the pre-challenge mode and post-challenge mode. Got to talk a little bit about episode 2, so we managed to, I say, play long enough to probably upload it. But I think from the standpoint of conversations, we had a lot of back and forth talks on some of the drop chart changes. As I said before, unfortunately, unless they make a change for this year's event, we will probably be recommending new players just do things like Terrell Zigo to get more cookies. So while it makes sense for the rates to be adjusted on the difficulty, that way people aren't just playing normal mode CCC or whatever. At the same time, I don't know if the other areas have gotten the buffs that they need. So hopefully they will rebalance a little bit Halloween over time. I'm not asking for like full removal like how they did for Anniversary, but we'll see how it shakes out. So there's still some things there. The only thing I really hope, what I hope for more than a change to Halloween, chat, I really hope Valentine's event and Easter finally get their own quests. I'm gonna push for that every stream that we talk about events. We need more like love or like vacation or like date area quests for Valentine's event. We need to go on the long walks on the beach, chat. It thematically makes sense. We can do it. But the assets are there. Oh, we could be doing so many things. We could have rappies spawn in or geese spawn in and hearts on like the mini map. You can get real cute with it, I'm telling you. Make it more exciting. Maybe that could be like the alternate like Gaigui quest. It's like, yeah, Cupid Quiver series quest. Yeah, just like, it could be fun. It's like all the places you could go on like a date. See if you can somehow get them in the boss arena. show Flex. Flex don't even have the boss there. Just have regular fights there. We're just on a magical ride on Temple. Then we finally land and you can just get your items at the end of the quest. Omnibosses. Yeah, that would be something. Just in the middle of episode 2, we're like, oh, we're gonna fight Falls and then Ogaflow. Don't mind us. So it's like, it could be fun. I think there's some potential there. You could have like the sunset view from mountains as another quest in episode 2. Episode 4, you probably have to do some filters or do some shenanigans. Most of it is just kind of deserty, so I'm not sure if there will be like an episode 4 Valentine's area. But I'm sure you can figure something out. Nice little forest. You know what would be the great funny thing is if they have a forest retreat for episode 1, but it doesn't have any forest enemies. Because we're like, nah, you're not getting killed at tour. Right, chat? We're like, nah. you know what you did. You don't need more Hilda tours. It'd just be another Omnispawn quest, but it takes place in forest. It would be funny. It'd be a big prank. Everybody goes there. Or they go to play it, but it's like episode 2 enemies are in episode 1. So there is Hilda Tour, but it's episode 2 Hilda Tour. Just troll everybody, it's fine. Yeah, I want to see that for Valentine's. Easter could also use events. As I said before, I hope more Omnispawn quests. As they are good in Christmas, don't get me wrong. They are some of my favorite quests in the game, but I would like to see some of those in the other events to encourage people to play. Because like Anniversary is huge, Halloween's pretty big, Christmas is probably maybe the biggest. Just because it has so many quests, so many values and things like that. So that one's probably second place. But like you can easily make Easter more interesting with a couple of quests. Ender may or may not be buffing Omni. Oh no. I remember seeing some patch notes to make things not break as much. So I'm assuming there's going to be more quests, but again, I don't really want more necessarily for Halloween. Like that would be kind of like one of the last things I would add to. The other thing I wouldn't add to at all is Christmas. I'm like, please don't add more Christmas quests. We already have all the fiascos. We have a solstice equivalency, which is just an easier version for people to play solo. So people can actually get presents. I don't recommend it as much. I prefer that quest. If you're gonna touch up a quest, touch that one up a little. But otherwise, like the other two Omnispawn in December are really good. I really like the one that ends in tower in particular. We were running that a lot on like White ID, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I'm just hoping that the love is spread a bit more evenly to the remaining anniversaries. And now that, you know, Omnispawn's being worked on, that would be a great time to kind of create quote-unquote a new meta of items and encourage some interesting combos of enemies. And again, you could, you know, Valentine's theme. I don't know if anything would be necessarily like, I don't know how you would Easter theme it necessarily over Valentine's. Valentine, I could actually picture certain locations being used as the stage for some of the enemies. And as I said before, making them spawn at like hearts and stuff like that on the mini-map would be a nice touch. But I would like to see some of those kind of more experimental quests, or maybe if they're looking to see what would work for Anniversary, they kind of have like a alternative to test in Easter. I don't know. Nothing but Gi and Gaigui. It's true. The secret is just make a quest that has like a bajillion Gaigui, Mary Carols, and the Sinnoh barrels, or whichever ones also drop Heaven Punisher. Let's put them all in one quest, it's fine. Just in very high number across the board. I'm sure it'll be perfectly balanced. Nothing needs to get changed about that at all. But I think from the standpoint of PSO, we are done for now. I'm happy. We have a completed Baranz for Halloween. It is a 100 Dark, 100 A Beast. And even after trades, I should still be up quite a lot of PDs. So I've got one trade pending. And yeah, I should be able to kind of help the group out a little bit with their upgrades. So unfortunately, Chris didn't make it tonight, but he already has some upgrades next time he goes to play, as that's helping him sphere up a Baranz. So even he will have kind of a long-term weapon, so that'll be kind of fun to play with. But otherwise, yeah, we're in a pretty good place. It looks like we're, what, maybe 1.5 hours, maybe max, of getting another challenge mode weapon. And unfortunately, chat, I have to name these weapons, so I have no idea what to call our next one. It might just be whatever one I can think of a name of, not necessarily would be useful to me. So I will think about it in terms of what to call some of our remaining weapons. But for now, chat, if you have suggestions, again, I recommend, I'll do a little mini shout out to myself here. I recommend you join our Discord. Love to talk PSO there. Otherwise, I think from the standpoint of PSO and the stream, we are at the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to both PSO and the stream and say thank you for watching, thank you for the support, thank you for the runs today, and also a lot of interesting conversations and some corrections along the way to help inform players a little better for the future. And with that, I'm gonna say thank you again for watching, and hope you have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.